queer girls at roller derby. I am 100% in. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela, and today I'm going to be talking about some gay as fuck books that come out in 2021 that I want to read. So I know I'm a little bit late to the game with like most anticipated reads videos, but I still really wanted to do one because I've been doing like a lot of research into queer books that are coming out this year, and there's quite a few that I definitely want to read. Considering it's already March, there's quite a few on this list that are already out, so I wanted to like highlight those ones, as well as there's some coming out later this year that I want to read. But I think mostly this video kind of focuses from January to June, July-ish, so I was thinking maybe I'll do another video with releases from like July to December type deal. I tried to pick some books that I haven't heard that much about to try to put them on your radar, so hopefully you find some new releases out of this that you want to read as well. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some books that I'm excited to read, so let's get into them. I also tried to split this list up into YA and adult. I'm going to start with the YA releases. I wanted to split them up because I know a lot of YA books get talked about a lot, and I wanted to highlight some queer adult fiction as well. So I'm going to start with the YA releases, and then I'll tell you when I switch to the adult fiction. So the first book I have here came out January 5th, and that is One of the Good Ones by Micah and Maritza Mulit. I didn't actually know this was a queer book, but this was already on my radar for quite a while. So One of the Good Ones is about teen social activist and history buff Kezzy Smith, who's killed under mysterious circumstances after attending a social justice rally, and then she becomes another immortalized victim in the fight against police brutality, and it looks like her family kind of goes on a journey to find justice for her. But it also talks about, and this is one of the reasons I really wanted to read it, is they question the idealized way her sister is remembered as perfect and angelic, and I think it talks about why some particular victims are seen as angelic and perfect and get all the media coverage and everything, versus other victims who don't get that same kind of attention because they're not seen as ideal, I guess. Which I'm really interested in that conversation, and that's why I had this on my radar to begin with. I've also heard that there's like an insane plot twist in this book that I'm super excited for, and it has a black lesbian main character, and it's already out, so if that sounds interesting to you, check it out. The second book I have on here, I am so excited for. I already own this. I'm reading it this month. And that is Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. This came out January 19th, so again, already out. And it features a female-female relationship and a Chinese-American main character. Melinda Lowe returns with her most personal and ambitious novel yet, a gripping story of love and duty set in San Francisco's Chinatown during the Red Scare. I love historical fiction, and I'm very excited about reading two girls falling in love in the 1950s in Chinatown at a lesbian bar. I'm just very stoked about this one. The next book I have on this list is Wider Than the Sky by Catherine Rothschild, and this came out January 19th as well. This one features a bi father and past polyamory. So this one is about these two girls. Their father dies, and I guess he dies under mysterious circumstances, or they're not really sure why, but then they meet this guy named Charlie, and it looks like they find out that their father died of an HIV related infection. Charlie was his past lover, and their mom knows the whole story about everything. I'm excited to see the father's past life explored and see what that entails, and I think it's really interesting, the concept of these two young girls finding out all about their dad's life without their dad actually being able to tell them it. I love a perspective and getting the story from other people in this person's life. The next book I have is What Big Teeth by Rose Szabo. This came out February 2nd, so again, already out, and like, look at this cover. This was 100%, I saw this in a list, and the cover is what drew me in, and then I read the description, and it sounded super cool as well. This girl flees boarding school after a horrific incident. She goes to the home she left behind, but when she gets there, she struggles to fit in with her monstrous relatives who prowl the woods around the family estate and read fortunes in the guts of birds. Eleanor finds herself desperately trying to hold the family together. In order to save them all, Eleanor must learn to embrace her family of monsters and tame the darkness inside her. It's also sounds like it's a YA thriller, and perfect for fans of Wilder Girls, which I am a fan of Wilder Girls, so I'm super excited about this. Yeah, and like, just look at the cover. Like, I don't know what else to sell you on this one. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. The next book I have is The Boy from the Mish by Gary Lonesborough. This one came out February 2nd as well, and this is a funny and heartwarming queer Indigenous YA novel set in a rural Australian community about 17-year-old Jackson finding the courage to explore who he is, even if it scares him. So it's basically a queer coming-of-age story about an Indigenous boy, and the love interest is a mysterious boy with a troubled past. As their friendship evolves, Jackson must confront the changing shapes of his relationship with his friends, family, and community, and he must face his darkest secret, a secret he thought he'd locked away for good. It came out February 2nd, so this one's already out. The next book I have is The Mirror Season by Anna Marie McLemore. This one comes out March 16th, and this one has a pan main character in it. When two teens discover that they were both sexually assaulted at the same party, they develop a cautious friendship through her family's possibly magical pastiller, his secret forest of otherworldly trees, and the swallows returning to their hometown. But then when the boy shows up at the main girl's school, he has no memory of that night and no clue that a single piece of mirrored glass is taking his life apart. Selah decides to help him, which means hiding the truth about that night, because Selah knows who assaulted her and him, and she knows that her survival and his depend on no one finding out what really happened. I love hard-hitting contemporary, one of my favorite genres. So yeah, very excited about this. This comes out March 16th. The next one I have is Bruised by Tanya Bodaju. This comes out March 23rd and features a female-female relationship, and I mean, this cover is everything I've ever needed. If I didn't even know what the description was and I saw this cover, I would immediately buy it. But what it's about is Tadaya, since her parents died in an accident she survived, bruises have become a way to keep her pain on the surface of her skin so she doesn't need to deal with the ache deep in her heart. So when chance and circumstances bring her to a roller derby bout, Daya is hooked. Yes, the rules are confusing and the sport seems to require the kind of teamwork and human interaction she usually avoids, but the opportunities to bruise are countless, and Daya realizes if she's going to keep her emotional pain at bay, she'll need all the opportunities she can get. Queer girls at roller derby, I am 100% in. The next one I have is She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd, which comes out March 30th. And this is a psychological thriller that explores the intersections of love, art, danger, and power. An electric romance set against a rebel art scene sparks lethal danger for two girls in this expertly plotted YA thriller. 1 fire, 2 murders, 3 drowning bodies, 1 suspect, 1 stalker. This is a summer they won't survive. It's also inspired by the picture of Dorian Gray. So yeah, super stoked about this. The next one I have is Malice by Heather Walter. This one comes out April 13th. This is a darkly magical retelling of the Sleeping Beauty where the princess falls for the evil sorceress, which I mean is all I need. I'm hooked right there. And the ending of the description is like what kind of hooked me, so I'll read it to you. But with less than a year until that curse will kill her, any future I might see with Aurora is swiftly disintegrating, and she can't stand to kiss yet another insipid prince. I want to help her. If my power began her curse, perhaps it's what can lift it. Perhaps together we can forge a new world. Nonsense again. Because we all know how this story ends, don't we? Aurora is the beautiful princess, and I am the villain. I love that. I love a villain and princess romance. Yeah, I'm super stoked about this. April 13th is when it comes out. The next one I have is These Feathered Flames by Alexander Overy. This one comes out April 20th, and this is a queer retelling of the Firebird, a Russian folktale. When twin heirs are born in Turin, their fates are decided at a young age. While Isaveta remained at court to learn the skills she'd need as the future queen, Asia was taken away to train with her aunt, the mysterious Firebird, who ensured magic remained balanced in their realm. But before Asia's training is completed, the ancient power blooms inside her, which can only mean one thing: the queen is dead and a new ruler must be crowned. The next one I have is Trouble Girls by Julia Lynn Rubin. This one comes out June 1st. It's a queer YA Me Too reimagining of Thelma and Louise, and a single night of violence derails their trip and will forever change the course of the girls' lives as they go from ordinary high schoolers to wanted fugitives. I'm super excited about this. This sounds right up my alley. I love the idea of them like being on the run, but also like being in a confined space, and I love the idea of like they just have to be with each other. Also another gorgeous cover, so super stoked about this one. It features a female-female relationship, so yeah, they'll definitely be falling in love, which I'm all here for. Ace of Spades is another one I'm super excited about. This one comes out June 10th. And it is a compelling thriller with a shocking twist that delves deep into the heart of institutionalized racism from an exceptional new YA voice. It's about a private academy where money paves the hallways and the students are never less than perfect. Anonymous texter Aces is bringing two students dark secret to light. Talented musician Devin buries himself in rehearsals, but he can't escape the spotlight when his private photos go public, and head girl Chiamaka isn't afraid to get what she wants, but soon everyone will know the price she has paid for power. Someone is out to get them both, someone who holds all the aces, and they're planning much more than a high school game. And this one features a black lesbian main character and black gay main character, and this cover is stunning. This is another one of my most anticipated on this list. Yeah, so super excited. I also couldn't not put this one on the list, and that is Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. I loved You Should See Me in a Crown that she came out with last year, so I'm super excited about this one. This one comes out July 6th, and it is about two girls going to a music festival. 3 days, 2 girls, 1 life-changing music festival. And it says, best-selling author Leah Johnson delivers a stunning and cinematic story about grief, love, and the remarkable power of music to heal and connect us all. The next one is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. This one comes out August 3rd, and it says, for fans of Wilder Girls and Ninth House comes a dark, twisty, atmospheric thriller about a boarding school haunted by its history of witchcraft and 2 girls dangerously close to digging up the past. The Dalloway Five are girls who died mysteriously, one after another, right on the school grounds. Some say they were witches. Witchcraft is woven into Dalloway's history. The school doesn't talk about it, but the students do. In secret rooms and shadowy corners, girls convene, and before her girlfriend died, Felicity was drawn to the dark. She's determined to leave that behind her now. All she wants to do is focus on her senior thesis and graduate, but it's hard when Dalloway's occult history is everywhere and when the new girl won't let her forget. The next one I have is The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gold. This one comes out August 3rd. And it is a thrilling debut about the things that lurk in dark corners, the parts of you that can't remain hidden, and about finding home in places and people you didn't expect. The dark has been waiting for far too long, and it won't stay hidden any longer. Something is wrong in Snakebite, Oregon. Teenagers are disappearing, some turning up dead, the weather isn't normal, and all fingers seem to point to TV's most popular ghost hunters who have just returned to town. So yeah, basically all I needed to hear is teen ghost hunters. Sign me up the fuck for that. And the cover is absolutely gorgeous, and this one comes out August 3rd. The next one I have doesn't have a cover and doesn't have a release date, but it's The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling, which is a lesbian vampire is hired to recruit a human girl with the power to see the death of anyone she touches. Murder and romance ensues. Also, they team up to stop a killer. That's all I need. Signed up. Doesn't even have a cover, doesn't have a release date, doesn't have an official synopsis, but lesbian vampires I'm here for. Okay, next we're moving into the adult releases I have. So we're gonna start from like January again. I listed them in terms of the age category. The first one I have here is Outlawed by Anna North. This came out January 5th. So literally all I needed to know about this book is like the first little synopsis line here, and it says is a riveting adventure story of a fugitive girl, a mysterious gang of robbers, and their dangerous mission to transform the Wild West. It's basically queer girls in a western, and that's seriously all I needed. It dusts off a myth of the Old West and reignites the glimmering promise of the frontier with an entirely new set of feminist stakes. So yeah, I'm into this one. The next one I have is Detransition Baby by Tori Peters. This one came out January 12th, and this is a whip-smart debut about 3 women, transgender and cisgender, whose lives collide after an unexpected pregnancy forces them to confront their deepest desires about gender, motherhood, and sex. I think it's basically about 3 women that team up to raise this baby, and I'm super excited to hear about the conversations of gender and like motherhood and what motherhood can be in this. The next one is The Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry by C.M. Wagner. This one came out January 12th as well, and this one was definitely another cover grab for me. It's a charming historical fantasy with a tender love story at its core. Hard-drinking petty thief Delaria Wells is down on her luck in the city of Lay's Court again. Then she sees a want ad for a female bodyguard, and she fast talks her way into the high-paying job. Along with a team of other women, she's meant to protect a rich young lady from mysterious assassins. At first, Ellie thinks the danger is exaggerated, but a series of attacks shows there's much to fear. Then she begins to fall for Wynn, one of the other bodyguards, and the women team up against a mysterious magical foe who seems to have allies everywhere. I just realized that this next book is in the wrong list. It should have been in the YA, but that's The Girl As I've Been by Tess Sharp. This one came out January 26th, and this one has a bi main character and a bi/pan love interest. A slick, twisty YA page-turner about the daughter of a con artist who is taken hostage in a bank heist, and I'm pretty sure that she is taken hostage alongside her boyfriend and her current girlfriend, and so they're surviving a bank hostage, and she also has to survive being with her ex-boyfriend and her current girlfriend at the same time. So yeah, that's super intriguing. That's all I need to know about it, and I'm super excited. The next one is a memoir, and that is Black Boy Out of Time. This one comes out March 1st. So this one is an eloquent, restless, and enlightening memoir by one of the most thought-provoking journalists today about growing up Black and queer in America, reuniting with the past, and coming of age their own way. It looks like they were raised by a Hindu mother and a Muslim father. Takes readers on a powerful journey of growing up queer and Black in Cleveland, Ohio, and of navigating the equally complex path toward finding their true self in New York City. I'm not gonna lie, this cover is absolutely stunning. The next one I have here is How to Find a Princess by Alyssa Cole. This one comes out May 25th. So this one is a queer Anastasia retelling featuring a long-lost princess who finds love with the female investigator tasked with tracking her down. I know a lot of people love Alyssa Cole's writing. I definitely did when I read the first one in the Reluctant Royal series. And so I'm super excited about this. The cover is absolutely beautiful, and Alyssa Cole, I don't think she can do any wrong, so super stoked. The next one I have on my list is 100% on probably everybody's list, and that is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This one, if I can remember what it's about off the top of my head, is about this girl who sees another girl on the train station. I'm pretty sure this is set in like the 1970s or something as well in New York City. But she sees this girl on the train station, and then somehow she figures out that the girl is stuck on the train, and there's some like time warp fuckery shit going on. I'm excited to see how the time warp, time loop thing comes into play and like how that's brought into the story. Yeah, but I mean, everybody has been raving about this book, so I had to put it on my list. So yeah, and that one comes out June 1st. And then the last one I have is Dead Dead Girls by Nikesa Afia. This one comes out June 1st as well, and this is a start of an exciting new historical mystery series set in 1920s Harlem featuring Louise Lloyd, a young Black woman caught up in a series of murders way too close to home. Like I said earlier, I love historical fiction, so I'm super excited for a historical mystery series. This cover, once again, I would buy just for the cover, but yeah, super excited about a historical mystery series that is queer in some way. So those are all the books on my list right now. I just wanted to run through them quickly. I didn't want to go too in depth because then this video would be so long. I just wanted to give you some like little pointers about the book that would grab you in if you're interested at all. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which of these books you are already excited about, if I put any on your radar. If you've read any of the ones that have already came out and you've enjoyed them or didn't like them, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you in my next video.